Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everyone. We're going today to learn English language, third intermediate grade, full plus number 6. We will continue model 3, lesson 3D, page 41. Today we're going to learn some vocabulary and we are going to write some sentences. Our objectives for today's lesson is going to be learning about volunteering, understand dictionary entries, and learn how to get the definition of a word from a dictionary entry. We're going to write about volunteering using conditional sentences type 2. And previously, in the last lesson, we talked about how to form sentences using conditional sentence type 2, when we use F plus the past tense and would or could in the second or in the main clause. Are going to have homework on the workbook page 102. Now, before we start, I want you to take a look at the title, Helping Out. Can you think of any word equivalent in meaning for helping out or has the same meaning as helping out from the words that we have learned in this module? Okay, the word volunteering has the same meaning of helping out. It means to help people and offer support in various ways. For example, nowadays, many people volunteer with the health ministry in Saudi Arabia to stop coronavirus. Of course, volunteering could make the world a better place to live. Now, let's move to number 3, the vocabulary. We have 6 sentences here. We're going to match them with their dictionary entries from A to F. First of all, what is the meaning of dictionary entry? Let's say that you want to find a meaning of a word in a dictionary. You're going to open a dictionary and you will find the word with a dictionary entry. So the dictionary entry are codified according to the grammatical category under which the word fall, which is often abbreviated. Let's say, for example, ADV or adv. This is an abbreviation for adverb. So this is the entry for a word. Here we have noun, which means that the word we're going to find is, its part of speech is noun. Let's see, for example, ADG or adjective. It stands for the adjective, which means that the word we're looking at is adjective, or the part of speech of it is adjective. And we have many other examples. We can find, for example, prep, which stands for preposition, and so on. So let's say that you're going to find the meaning of those words in a dictionary and try to match them with their meanings here. We have donation, educate, tough, treat, patient, and extremely. We're going to match them with the entries from A to F. Let's read the entries together. A, verb to give medical care to a person, an illness or an injury. So its part of speech is verb. It means to give medical care to a person. B, its part of speech is adverb, which means to a very high degree or very much. C, its part of speech is noun, something, especially money that is given to charity organizations. D, it's also a noun, a person who's getting medical treatment. E, it's a verb, which means to teach somebody about something or how to do something. F, it's an adjective, which means very difficult. Now, I want you to match them with their words here. Okay, let's start with the first one. Donation. What do you think the meaning of donation? And which part of the speech is it? Is it noun, verb, adjective, or adverb? Okay, so donation means it's a noun, especially money that is given to a charity organizations. Now let's move to educate. Educate, which one here is educate and which part of the speech is it? So educate is a verb which means to teach somebody about something or how to do something. What about tough? What do you think the meaning of tough and which part of the speech is it? So tough is F, which means very difficult. And it's an adjective. Treat. Treat is a verb which means to give medical care to a person, an illness, or an injury. What about patient? Okay, patient is D, which is noun, a person who is getting medical treatment. And of course, we have extremely, which is an adverb, which means very high degree. Okay, let's revise them together. Number 1 will be C, number 2 will be E, number 3 will be F, number 4 will be A, number 5 will be D, and number 6 will be B. Okay, let's move on. We're going to move to the following task, which is B. I want you to use dictionary to look up for those words on B. We have 6 words here. We're going to look them up at a dictionary. You can use an ordinary dictionary, a textbook dictionary, and you're going to find the word like this. Here is an example. For example, if we're looking for volcano in a dictionary, this is the word I'm looking for, and here is the pronunciation of this word. It's part of a speech is noun, and you have 2 meanings for this word. The first meaning is here. The second definition for that word is here. And of course, you're going to find sample sentences in the dictionary that can help you to understand the meaning of a word. Now, as I said before, you can use an ordinary dictionary or you can use an online dictionary. You're going to find it on, like for example, Oxford.com dictionary or Longman dictionary or many other dictionaries. Now we have border, injury, illness, raise, volunteer, and word. Those 6 words, we're going to look them up in a dictionary. Now let's see their meanings together. Border is a noun, which means the geographical line that separates 2 countries. Injury is also a noun, which means damage to the body. Illness is also a noun, which means the state of being unwell. Raise is verb, which means to gather money, usually for a specific purpose. Example, charity. When we raise money to the charity or to a charity. Volunteer is a noun, who is a person who performs or offers to perform a service without payment, to volunteer to do something. War is a noun, which means a state of open armed conflict carried on between nations, states, or parties. So those words are from an ordinary dictionary or a textbook dictionary. While, as I said before, you can find an online dictionary, like for example, in this website, dictionarycambridge.organization. You can find the words there, and it also will provide you with the correct pronunciation for the word, either in American English or in British English. That will help you to practice your pronunciation at home. Now, we should use those words now to put them in a correct sentence. I'm going to give you 3 sentences, and I'm sure that you can do your own at home, modeling my sentences, the one I will give you. Now, let's see. For the word border, we can say the train crosses the border between France and Spain. Okay, so the border here is used in a correct sentence. The word injury, I can use it in a sentence here with a plural. We can say, for example, there were many injuries in that accident. The third sentence, we are going to use the word volunteer in a sentence. We need many volunteers to plant the trees. So I gave you here 3 examples for borders, injuries, and volunteers. I'm sure that you can come up with your own sentences at home. You can model the sentences here, or you can get the help from a dictionary. Now, let's move to the following part. Part 6. We're going to use the vocabulary that we have learned in this module to come up with the sentences to talk about volunteering and making the world a better place. We're also going to use our knowledge or our understanding from the grammatical rule that we have learned in this model, which was the conditional sentence type 2, to form those sentences. I want you, first of all, to take a look at the POPL speech. We have peace, environment, health, poor people in Africa. Now, we should use the ideas in those POPLs plus the ideas here around the POPL to form the sentences. And I want you to be careful when you use the sentence to use the conditional sentence type 2, which again, using F at the beginning of a sentence. The verb here should be in the past tense. Then we're going to put comma. Then the main clause will have would or sometimes could. Sorry, here is would plus an infinitive form of the verb. So F in the if sentence with a verb in the past tense. In the main clause, we're going to use would or could plus a verb in the infinitive tense. Now, let's see the sentences together. If we have, for example, peace, countries work together, stop wars, discuss differences, respect other countries. What can we say about this idea using the conditional sentence? Let's say, for example, we can say, for example, if countries work together, there would be peace. So, what did I do here? I used the word countries work together, or the ideas countries work together. I put it in a sentence. I used F at the beginning of a sentence. The verb work, I changed it into the past tense. There is a comma between the two clauses. Then in the main clause, I used would plus verb in the infinitive form. And of course, full stop to finish the sentence. Let's move to the following idea. If we have, for example, environment, we have pollution, we have trees, cars and bikes, factories. How can we form a sentence here? Let's say, for example, if we used, past tense, if we used bikes instead of cars, so we should use bikes instead of cars. If we use bikes instead of cars, comma, then the main clause pollution would stop. Okay, so the sentence will be pollution will stop. Or would reduce. We can form one more sentence. Let's say, for example, if we want to talk about health, use technology to improve medicine. Let's say if we used technology, if we use technology, comma, we could improve medicine. Okay, see how I formed it? I used if at the beginning of the sentence. I put the word use in the past tense. There's a comma here. The main clause, I used could. I may use would if I like. Then the word improve or the verb improve in the infinitive form. You can come up with as many sentences as you can from those ideas. There are words here to help you. I'm sure that you can find a lot of brilliant ideas. Now, what are we going to do next? We're going to use those sentences, organize them together to form a short text about how to make the world a better place. So you can use those sentences, the one I did, or the sentences you're going to form or to organize your ideas in a small or in a short text about how can we make the world a better place. I gave you an example here, or a model. You can take it as a model, or add to it, modify it, or you can come up with your own text. Let's read it together. The world could be a better place if each of us did a little something. We could help the charity organizations and raise money. The environment is also at risk. If we planted trees and stopped pollution, the earth could be safe and breathe again. Okay? We can add one sentence more. The sentence I wrote it, the last one. Also, it should be capital. Also, if we used technology, we could improve medicine. Okay, let's correct this one here. Safe. So the sentence, also, if we use technology, we could improve medicine. You can say, for example, if we raised money, we could support charity organizations. If countries work together, there would be peace in the world. If countries stopped wars, this would be a better world. So you can come up with as many sentences as you can use. Now, I want you now to read it again and try to find, I want you to read it again and try to find the verbs in this sentence. I want you to find the verbs in this sentence and to find which tense is it, and the conditional, to underline the conditional sentence type too. Let's start from the beginning. The world could be a better place if each of us did a little something. Okay. So here we have F. So there is F here. The verb, as we mentioned before, after F or an F clause should be in the past tense. So where's the verb here? Each of us did a little something. So there is the verb. Now, what about the main clause? Here, the main clause comes before F. So the world could be a better place. We have could and the verb be. So this is the first F clause. Let's move to the second one. We could help charity organizations and raise money. The environment is also at risk. If we planted trees and stopped pollution, the earth could be safe and breathe again. Now we have F here. We have the verb planted in the past tense. We added ed at the end of the verb because it's regular verb. Now we have another verb because we joined them with and. So if we planted trees and stopped pollution, so this is the F clause until the comma. Now the main clause, the earth could be safe and breathe. So we have could, we have the infinitive be. Let's move to the following one. Also, if we use technology, we could improve medicine. We have F, the verb used in the past tense. We could improve medicine. We have could. We have the verb improve in the infinitive form. So we formed here a short text. We use our words that we have learned in this module related to volunteering. We also applied our understanding of the conditional sentence type 2, which is F plus past tense verb and could or would plus the infinitive form of the verb. I'm sure that you can write at home more sentences like this using the help of that text. Now, what can we do now? We're going to move to the workbook to have some extra work or tasks at page 102. I want you to open your workbooks at home. Let's see the first exercise. We're going to use the words that we have did in task in the first task in the student's book. We're going to put them in their spaces here or in the correct space according to their meanings. We have patient, extremely, care, injured, donation, tough, and fundraising. Let's see the first one. Working as an ambulance driver can be difficult work. What do you think the correct meaning here? So working as an ambulance driver can be extremely difficult work. The following one, I would like to make to your charity. So we have the word charity here. So what are you going to make here? To make what? And we have a before the space, so it should be, sorry here, a before the space, so it should be a noun. It can be verb. So I would like to make a donation. My grandmother is at Memorial Hospital. Also we have here a before the space, so the word here should be noun. It can be verb. So my grandmother is what? Is a patient. Number 4, my school is organizing a event for the homeless. So what are they going to organize here? And also it can be, we can put here verb. They're going to organize fundraising. Let's see number 5. Peter stayed at home too. So we have the word here too. In this space, we're going to use verb for his son who was ill. To do what? What do you think? Peter stayed at home to care for his son. Number 6. Choosing which car to buy was a decision, but I think I made the right one. What kind of decision it was? A tough decision, and here we used adjective. Number 7, my uncle got during the war. What did he got? Injured. Check your answers before we move to the following task. Now, at this task, you can do it at home. You're going to do the crossword, putting the word that stands for this meaning. Number 1, the situation in which a person is not feeling well. What do you think the meaning or the word for that definition? So the word that stands for this meaning is illness. You're going to do the same from 2 to 6, finding the words for those meanings and put them in the correct places in the crossword. You can do it at home as a homework. Let's wrap up and go to make a quick revision for our lesson. We learned some vocabulary related to volunteering. We tried to figure out the meaning of the words, or to look up for a meaning of the words in a dictionary entry and understand the abbreviation of each word. We wrote some about volunteering using conditional sentences type 2. I hope that you understand the lesson of today and that you don't have, and it was clear for you. Thank you very much.